Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Ben Solo from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so Ben Solo, this is a request. I'm going to try to crank out some requests lately to catch up with a few. I'm super behind, so if you put in a request, give me time. It's going to happen. But yeah, I've got quite a few to go through. So this is an older one, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm trying to crank through them. This was an odd one to me. I mean, I get it. There's fans. Everybody likes their own thing, you know? Everybody likes Chewbacca or C-3PO or, you know, whoever. And someone requested Ben Solo. So, unfortunately, there's not much to him, right? And I don't mean to say that in a negative, disparaging way. But I'm just saying, as far as costume-wise, it's just a guy in a long-sleeve shirt. You know what I mean? So, there's not much excitement to the costume, I guess is what I'm saying. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's been a long-standing design idea in Star Wars, is that because I watch a lot of how-tos and concept design stuff and whatnot, and they always talk about that they try to make each one visible or easily recognizable by the silhouette. And I mean, no offense, but I mean, it's just a silhouette of a guy in a long sleeve shirt is just not, I don't want to say it's not exciting, but it's not exciting, you know? It's just a guy in a long sleeve shirt. So I get why this is not the let's give him this kind of look. You know, this was not the final design. You know, it was something else. Because yeah, it's just a guy in a long sleeve shirt. So anyway, not to bag on the request. I mean, hey, if everybody likes something, yeah, there's a reason everybody likes it, you know? So, like I said, there's just a part of me that's like, well, you know, I'll do it. Because, again, you know, if everybody likes a certain something, there's a reason they like it, and they'd like to see it. But design-wise, it just feels like it's lacking in something. So yeah, we're pretty much just going to be drawing a guy in a long sleeve shirt. Got to make sure I draw his rip hole there. Ooh, spoilers, right? If you haven't seen the movie, you should at this point. It's like, what, a year old? It's a given. It's like, alright, you've had plenty of time. Oh, and I thought of I tried to come up with like a different like action pose. Like, what if he was like leaning over into the middle of a, you know, but it ended up looking like a guy. Here, this is what I did. I started this sketch, and this one is like, well, if I just do that one, it's just a guy bent over. He's all hunched over, you know? So it's like, well, that's not as exciting. So I just went with less exciting number 2. Guy holding a lightsaber. So yeah, I as much as the other one was intriguing, like I said, it was pretty much just a guy bent over, and it wasn't telling the story enough. Not that this one does either, you know. And I'm sorry, I'm sounding super negative. I need to stop that. But I'm just talking out the process of why we do what we do. And what I'll probably, yeah, let's do that. Let's do like that. That'll guide me with the lightsaber. because I like to make sure that the blade is as straight as I can to the handle. That way it looks like a light blade, you know, coming off of. And see, I didn't even need to do that. I don't know why I just did that. All I need is a line. And it looks like it's coming out of the handle is what I'm trying to say. So let me just, you know what, I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to talk about Star Wars for a bit. As long as we're here, might as well, right? I have a feeling that the reason it was just, well, no, I can't say that either. What I was going to say was, I have a feeling that the reason it's just a guy in a sweater is because these were the last minute shoots, and so there wasn't a lot behind it, you know, as far as the creative process for outfits and looks and stuff like that. But I'm kind of wrong there, because the Emperor, they did a whole costume design behind him. I've kind of I've kind of gone on a rant about that one too, because I feel like, you know, those were last minute changes, and that's why we didn't get any Emperor figures, because, you know, it wasn't in the design process. But I always laugh to myself, because when the Emperor gets full power, you know, and he's like, ooh, a dyad, and I'm stealing your power and all that stuff. His power happens to make him a whole new costume. And so I've always found that kind of funny, and funny and convenient. Now we can make new toys, you know, that kind of funny. So anyway, what I was trying to say is they did, I don't think they put a lot of process into, or ideas into, his costume, and just, you know, gave him a long sleeve shirt. He got to go in on the weekends, record what he's got to do. But again, they did a whole process for the Emperor and gave him a new costume and everything. All right, and again, I'm not good at drawing people like the actors. So that's it. It's just going to be a guy. What I like to say is it's a cosplay person dressed up as Ben Solo, because I can never make it look like Adam Driver, you know, stuff like that. All right, I think that's going to be good enough. I think I'm going to switch over to the Sharpies real quick. So let me erase some of these lines. I'm kind of smiling. I need to get rid of that smile. Let me get rid of some of these sketch lines, because all I want to leave myself is just a little bit of the confidence lines to guide me, because I want the Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil lines. So as I erase the sketch lines, those are so light they disappear pretty fast. And the confidence lines, they stick around. They take a lot more to erase, so they're going to be there. And that's good, because I need them to guide me. Alright, but I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to do it. I say we welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Okay. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen, and starting with the details of the face. I'm just going to dive right into the top of the eyelids. I've got them looking right at you. So they're just going to be pointed at you like that, and just want to make sure they're level. And that's really all I'm going for here. So I'm going to do some retinas, the color part, like that, if I can. It's super tiny, so it's kind of hard to fit some of this stuff in. And so that means like this, I'm just going to hit the pupil like that, just a little bit. I'm just tabbing it, or dabbing it in there. because it'll bleed if I go too far. So for the bottom of the eye, speaking of bleeding, I'm just going to come in just a little bit like that. Just kind of point in like it's going in like that, but that's all, because any more and it's just going to, like I said, it's really going to start to bleed all over itself. So let's see, I'm going to give him a little bit of a stress look right there, because he's really stressed out at this point, right? I'm going with the old end of the movie Ben. Okay, so I'm going to draw his eyebrows like this. And we'll talk about that a little bit. So I'm going with the redeemed Ben Solo, because somebody requested it, and not the before he was corrupted Solo, because I didn't know where to go with this. Someone requested Ben Solo. I was like, well, I mean, I guess I could try to do something, but it's hard because it's just a guy in a sweater, basically. Okay, so for his nose, there's not a lot I can really do, because, you know, it's just going to be mostly, here, let's do this at least. I mean, mostly color, but because there's no hard edge on the nose, it's usually a sloped, you know, that we don't want to really stress it too much with the Sharpie. But we got to do something, right? So that's all I'm going to do there. So let's give him a mouth. And I've talked about this before, that I'm not good at caricature artwork, so I can't really make it look exactly like them. But mine tend to look like cosplay characters, like as if someone was dressed up as this person. I mean, I try, but I'm not good at drawing likenesses. Okay, and so his hair is going to kind of come out over the rest of him. I'm going to draw his other jaw over here. Something else I was talking about in the sketch is that I didn't know where to go with this, because there's only so much he's got on him. He's a guy wearing a long sleeve shirt holding a lightsaber, you know? No armor, no cool mask, you know, but this is what somebody wanted, so I kind of went with this one. Alright, so for his hair, let's do this. I'm going to give him his hairline like this. His hair's kind of pushed back, you know. I see what's wrong with it. I see where I need to adjust it, but I'm okay. I'll do that with color. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to play around with the hairline. His hair's kind of pushed back. And it's going to be mostly black anyway, so I'm just going to kind of play around with some hairlines, but not all of them. You know, I'm just kind of establishing that it's pushed back. There we go, just something like that. So I'm kind of going for the shape of the hair more than anything, because right now, let's see, his neck's going to be right here. Because right now, there's only going to be the outer edge, you know. That's all I can really define here. And plus, it's kind of a mess at this point too. Yeah, this is the fight scene. This is where he's all sweaty. And I was talking about that too in the sketch, is that one of the other poses I picked, really good fight pose, but he was just kind of hunched over, you know? It's like, ooh, that doesn't really define anything. This looks like a guy who's having back problems. Okay, so I'm also going to go ahead and start to thicken up some of these outer edges. Only for me. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, because I'm going to switch over to this Sharpie in a second, and I know how thick it's going to be. So I'm just kind of matching where it's about to go. Okay, I think that'll work. That's not too bad. The rest we'll go with color. All right. So now we're pretty much going to draw a guy with a long sleeve shirt holding a lightsaber, and unfortunately that's about all we can do, because that's where he is in this place, in this stage. All right, so the rest of his shoulder coming down like this. I'm going to draw his shirt like that, a little open. Give him a big old muscular shoulder like that. This one like this, just to establish where we are. But again, at this point, it's his shirt, so we're just gonna do something like this. And I've got his arm up. This one's bent up. I tried to at least give him like a defiant pose because, again, it's just a shirt. And I hate to just keep saying that, like boring, but you know, I was going for the redeemed Ben, as opposed to, you know, the like Jedi version, because we don't really have that. You know, that's just stories and just a quick flashback. So all I can really do is draw a guy in a long sleeve shirt. All right. Hand up, we're making a fist. The back of the hand like this. Why was my paper bowed so much right there? I have to research that. Here's the inside to the pinky. And go ahead and draw it in so you see where we are. I'm going to start with these fingers, but I'm going to have to stop to do the thumb because that's in front. There we go. I'm going to clean it up with this Sharpie. So I was talking about this in the sketch. It's kind of weird looking hand, right? That didn't quite come out the way I wanted. I was talking about this in the sketch that, you know, someone requested it and I did it. And I said I hate to be so negative about it because, you know, everybody likes what they like, and you know, I get a lot of requests for different things. I'm going to try to get to everything. I'm super behind, but you know, even if I'm not excited about it, it's still practice, and that's what you need to look at too. Is that doing something that's just a guy in a long sleeve shirt is still practice at drawing a guy in a long sleeve shirt. You know, that's how you want to look at it, is practice to do something. All right, so this arm's going to be coming down, holding the lightsaber. I'm going to go ahead and draw his sleeve right there. Again, the rest of that sleeve, bunching it up from where it's just, you know, hanging there and whatnot. I'll go ahead and draw the edges here so you see where we are. Again, his shirt's just kind of hanging down. Let's go ahead and draw some creases and folds. One thing we are going to make sure we draw is the cut mark, right? From where he cut his stabbed him. You know, no nice way to say it. But also, you know, hopefully, no spoilers. Hopefully, you guys already saw it. You know. Let's see. Maybe we'll do something like that just to kind of give it some kind of texture. And here, I'm just kind of wrinkling up his shirt. He's gone through a lot at this point in time. All right, let's give him a little bit of stress with his neck right there. A little bit of tendon stretch. Okay, so this one's just holding his lightsaber, so I'm going to draw top of his hand to the thumb. All right, so the lightsaber is going to be back here. Now, I always draw like a line like this, so I think that's still right. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then I'm going to come back and see where that's facing now. So see, yeah, it was like this. I have to redo it like this. I like to do that just to make sure that the handle and the blade are going the same way. There we go. Little dark. But that way it looks like exactly like it is, like a blade coming out of the handle and not two things like this, you know? Okay, so let me just do the top of it there. I'll add some detail and show you how I do it. Alright, that ought to be enough. The fingers are kind of way out here. It should have been up there, so sorry about that. It's a little like really spread out. I could have done that better. But we'll just say his hand is just kind of spread out this way. Okay, so again, I'm going to follow this line. So what I like to do is do the burst and draw, pick up, draw, pick up, and draw. So let me do that again. That just seems off. It was off. There you go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, let's just go. Oh, so you know, the initial burst, and then it just looks so off. I'm gonna go a little different. Okay, so I'm gonna go pick up, go down, pick up, go down, come back, do the same thing. That way you're kind of creating like a light. It's not a hard edge, is what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of the whole process. The whole idea behind the way I do it is create a light edge, not a hard edge, because it literally is light, you know. Okay, so here we're just going to draw pants. We'll draw his leg down to his boot. Draw back up. Alright, gonna come down this way. Same thing down to the boot. And then let's just do the boots and then we'll do all the detail. Why is it so bowed? The paper's being weird today. Alright, boot down to the ankle. Like that. Do the same thing. Down to the ankle. And to the heel. This one's off to the side a little bit. Like that. There we go. So now, again, just add a little detail. And again, it's all going to be, he's wearing black. That's also the other downside to his costume, is that it's all just, you know, black. And there's not a lot to it. So again, that's why I was like, well, I'll do this, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more features, a little more creativity. But again, it's practice at drawing clothes, and that's always good, you know, because I don't know if he's got stuff like this on his boots. I'm just trying to give him something a little different. But it's always good practice to do something you don't normally do, you know. And there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Ben Solo from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.